So it finishes Burnley 0, Liverpool 2. A reminder then that puts Liverpool top of the Premier League table, clear of Arsenal, who are in action tomorrow. Aston Villa, as you mentioned, in third. Spurs playing on Thursday. Frank and Jules are with us. Jules, let's start with you. Darwin Nunes, you said he was going to score. Well done.
Since you were mean to him the other day, and you were really mean.
I wasn't mean to him.
Never in doubt. Never in doubt.
I think that's harsh.
You took the mic big time.
Jules in his fancy podcast always banging on about Darwin Nunes. Yeah, exactly.
Well, it wasn't a surprise he played off the left-hand side, was it?
But a great finish, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, it was an excellent finish, and I think we discussed this. It's where we might see him play a little bit more often from the wider positions. We'll see if he goes to the right at all when Salah leaves, but you know, Gakpo to play as the false nine, maybe Diego Jota to take up that role as well wouldn't be a big surprise, and I think that's where, certainly for the foreseeable future, Darwin Nunes might find himself, and actually it might do him a lot of good. Just coming from that wider area like he did, whether it's crosses into the back post or coming in, cutting in and getting strikes on that right foot. It was an excellent finish, so maybe if he's not playing through the middle as an out-and-out striker, it'll also just take a little bit of pressure off him.
Not really much else to say about this game, is there, Shane?
No, it's not. Other than it took Liverpool far too long. I know Craig and I disagree with one of the disallowed goals.
So he wasn't pushed?
It took them far too long just to kill this off, but other than that, yeah, you're right. Not a lot to say.
I've never understand what the exact law is there, because, you know, I'm not denying Salah was in the line of the goalkeeper. I'll be honest, I think if Salah wasn't there, I don't think the keeper would have got it anyway.
Nor do I.
But that's neither here nor there. But the fact is, he was pushed into that position by a Burnley player. But, you know, I can only imagine had Liverpool dropped points. I mean, I think there's some history there with Paul Tierney, the referee.
Right.
I don't think there's anything malicious. Absolutely not. But it just so happens every time he's on one of their games, between him and the VAR, it's always quite contentious. And I think if they hadn't killed that game off and Burnley had came back into it, he would have self-combobulated Jurgen Klopp. But it didn't happen.
Here's a question. So, if that ball doesn't go in, do you give that as a foul? Do you give that push as a foul? If it's not a foul, then I'm not sure how you don't disallow the goal by...
But what are you supposed to do?
All I'm asking is, do you give that as a foul?
It's neither, well, I don't know, but you can't deny he was pushed into the offside position, right? It was neither here nor there.
Jules, what did you make of the disallowed goals?
I thought the first one, the Darwin foul, was really harsh. And just to come back on Klopp, you see him after that first goal was disallowed, and he's talking to Paul Tierney, he's talking to the ref and saying, always with you, always. It's always like that. It's always a goal disallowed. There's always something. And before the game here in the UK on the channel that was showing the game, he was asking, he said, listen, I'm not happy because there's a couple of times maybe where the things have gone our way, but most of the time it's gone against us, and that has to stop. And that game tonight, okay, in the end it doesn't cost them, but there's still 2 goals disallowed where there's a bit of controversy, certainly on the first one. The second one, I agree with both Xhaka and I think both Xhaka and Craig are right. Yeah, he got pushed, but he also, I think, was in the way, you know, of Trafford. So you could see why that one was disallowed. But it was funny that Klopp, after that first one, kept saying to Tierney, always with you. It's always like that, always like that.
Anything else? No? OK, obviously Burnley in trouble. Let's just remind you how things look at the bottom of the table. Those teams that come up have been struggling all season, and it is Burnley now sitting 19th, Sheffield United sit at the bottom, Luton Town